Hey, we are live, and it is Health Tip Tuesday again. Week just flies by. And tonight we're talking about the benefits and the risks of alcohol, which is a little strange maybe for the Pure Health 365 group, but whatever. We're going for it. So tonight we're going to discover how we're going to discover the health benefits of moderate alcohol consumption. And we're also going to talk about some of the dangers of abusing alcohol and who should avoid alcohol altogether. And make sure you stay tuned towards the end because you can get my guide, 5 healthy mocktail recipes that you can make at home. These are great mocktails, so there's no alcohol involved, and they're great for you. They've got some good superfoods and stuff in there, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So a little bit about me, if we haven't met before. My name is Steve Stearns. I live in Maine with my wife Melissa and my daughter, and I'm a big proponent of being active outdoors. I love fat biking and disc golfing and stuff like that. And I love helping people look and feel your best naturally and most importantly as a lifestyle. So if you're interested in that sort of thing too, you can follow me at stevestearns365.com. So let's jump into this. Who shouldn't drink alcohol? So if you don't currently consume alcohol, don't start. So even though we're going to talk about some health benefits tonight, all these health benefits you're able to get them without alcohol. So there are some health benefits to moderate and responsible consumption of alcohol, and we're going to talk about those. But there are also risks, and some of these risks are negative to your health, some that are actually deadly for your health. So there's definitely a good, bad, and deadly combination here when it comes to alcohol. And what we're really talking about, again, is the difference between heavy consumption or prolonged abuse of alcohol and moderate, responsible consumption. And when we talk about moderation, what we're really talking about is defined this way. For women, it's 1 drink a day. For men, between 21 and 65, it's up to 2 drinks a day. And then once you hit 65, it's 1 drink a day for men. And that is defined as like a beer or a glass of wine or a cocktail. And if you think about it, they say that that's moderation. That's quite a bit, actually. That would be, 7 to 14 drinks over the course of an entire week. So that's quite a bit of alcohol, but it's still considered to be moderate versus heavy consumption. So the health benefits of moderate consumption of alcohol. So the first one is lower risk of heart failure. There have been studies that show that moderate amounts of alcohol can actually raise HDL levels, which is the good cholesterol, and people with a higher HDL have a lower risk of heart failure. So that is one of the benefits in terms of moderate consumption again. This one really kind of threw me for a loop because alcohol is very sugary. So I was kind of surprised by this one. But again, we're talking about the difference between higher level consumption and moderate consumption. But there's a 30% reduced risk of moderate of type 2 diabetes for someone that's drinking at moderate levels, and a 0% reduced risk for somebody at higher levels. And this was some findings that were published in the American Diabetes Association, who found this out. So it was pretty interesting. Another one is a decreased chance of developing dementia, so 23% less likely in moderate drinkers. So there are some benefits there. Let's talk about the health risk, which you may be more familiar with. And this I thought was pretty interesting too. We sometimes think about alcohol abuse or the negative aspects of it when we're talking about prolonged abuse of alcohol, but those same sorts of negative health issues can occur if someone is just binge drinking or doing heavy consumption, short bouts of heavy consumption. So you have to be really cautious about that as well. So the negative effects on the brain, and you may have either witnessed this or have experienced this yourself, but there's some really serious things that can happen to your brain based on the effects of alcohol. Slurred speech is one, coordination issues, memory loss, impaired judgment, And prolonged abuse impacts the brain in an even more dramatic way, permanent brain damage, dementia, and it can even shrink the frontal lobe region of the brain. Pretty scary stuff. Alcohol also reduces nutrient absorption, and that can result in malnutrition, which is why sometimes you see someone that has a drinking problem also is very skinny or doesn't weigh what they should weigh. And that's because they're malnourished. This can also wreak havoc with other organs in your system, your liver and other organ damage. So that's another big problem. And it can interfere with your sexual health. So it can cause infertility in men and women, erectile dysfunction in men, and an increased risk of breast cancer in women. So all not great stuff. But the good news is it's pretty easy to deal with this, because for optimal health, don't drink at all. Or if you do drink, make sure you're drinking in moderation, like we talked about. Even better, discover some delicious, healthy mocktails. Like I said, these mocktails, and you can get my free guide to 5 healthy mocktails that you can make at home. These are awesome, and they really taste good, and they're good for you. My favorite one is the avocado margarita, which may sound a little funny, but you got to try it. I'm telling you, it's really awesome. But I've got 4 other ones in there, beyond the avocado margarita, and I can't wait to hear which one you like best. So try them out. That's your homework assignment. Go try them out. So if you want to check that out, go to facebook.com/groups Pure Health 365 and just click on the Files tab. I've got a PDF right there that has all of the mocktails in it.